Hey, what's up, Greg? This is Steven. We talked earlier, and I really appreciate you giving me your email. I know you're a little hesitant there, but I really think you're going to get a lot of value from this video. So in this video, I'm just going to show you three things that's actually going to push you up in the rankings in Google onto that front page and get you more high quality jobs. Now, if by the end of this you can see that I have the technical know-how to actually do that, you can reach back out to me, or you could just take this information and implement it yourself, and that's fine. But I don't want to waste any more of your time or mine, so I'm just going to jump right into this. The three things I'm going to be going over today are content, citations, and backlinks. Now, content is everything on your homepage, really everything on your website, but we're going to concentrate on your front page here. Now, most business owners, they understand the importance of content on their front page, but most are really unsure of how much content or what type of content Google is actually looking for, right? Now, Google usually likes to see at least 1,500 words of content on a homepage when it comes to these service-based industries, especially like electrical services. This gives you plenty of opportunity to add in what we call buyer intent keywords and keyword phrases. That's basically what people are searching for when they're searching for your services with an intent to buy. Now, what I did is I pulled up your main competitor here in the Winston-Salem area, and that's Kenco Electric Incorporated. And I put them into a tool here that I subscribe to called Ahrefs. Now, this tool, it gives me a like a behind the scenes view of what Google actually uses to rank websites, right? So right over here, we see that Kenco is currently being found for 14 key. Has found them for 14 keywords, and because of that, they were clicked on 111 times. Right. So I went ahead and threw you got your website in here, and you are currently not being found for any keywords. Right. So you're not being clicked on. So we can go over here and we can click on this number, that 14, and it'll actually show us those 14 keywords that Google is finding them for, right? And the keywords we really want to hone in on are these ones with the Winston-Salem, NC. These, without the location, you can leave yourself open to nationwide and sometimes even global search results, right? So, like electrician Winston-Salem, that term was searched 150 times in the past 30 days, and their website was clicked on over a third of those people searching, right? So you'd want to go down this list and grab all the relevant search terms, and you'd want to put them onto your site, right? If you were to do that and you'd add all that content on there, and you don't just want to put them on once, you want to kind of sneak them in there more times than your competitor has them. And that actually will put you as the authority in Google's eyes when it comes to content, right? So that's it when it comes to content. Next thing I want to go over are citations. Now, when people are searching these terms like electrician in Winston-Salem, now studies have shown that right around 45% of people searching these terms are going to be clicking right on one of these businesses in this pack here. It's called the Map Pack, and it has everything to do with your Google business profile. Now, a lot of people, and even I thought so for a long time, they thought that the main, like to get ranked in here, it had everything to do with your reviews. But that's not the case. If it was, Gwyn Services would be on top. Kenco would not even be on the list. So it's not reviews, it's actually citations is the main driver. Now, a citation is your business's name, address, and phone number on an online directory. A few examples of these directories are Yelp, Yellow Pages, and White Pages. There's a ton of them, right? And you probably have some yourself, but it's usually the businesses that have between like 250 and 300 citations that end up dominating the map pack here, right? So the good news is there's actually tools out there that can show us what citations these businesses have. So we'd want to find out what Bretco Electric Company has. So say, for example, we find they have 250 citations. You'd want to go down that list, grab all the citations that you don't currently have, and when you're done with that list, grab like 100 more, and that will ensure you a top spot or a spot in this map pack, and you could get in on that 45% of clicks, right? Now, underneath the map pack is what we call Google's organic search results listing. And the top spot here gets right around 40% of all clicks. So the map pack gets 45% split in between these businesses. The number one spot here gets 40% all by itself. And the main driver here are backlinks. So a backlink is essentially, it's when another website on the internet, they have a link on their site that when it's clicked, it leads back to your website. And Google uses this kind of like a referral system. So and the more relevant that website is, it's linking back to your site, the better. So for example, say you have like a popular local blog page or even a popular industry site that's linking back to your website, that's what's actually going to help push you up in Google's rankings. But since you guys are an electrical company, say you have a popular site like Burger King linking back to you. Um, that's really, even though they get a lot of traffic, they're very popular, it doesn't really do you any good in Google's eyes because you guys don't sell burgers, if that makes sense, right? So I want to go ahead and revisit this tool that I showed you earlier. And we were looking at the keywords over here before, but now I want to look at the backlink profile. And just to be sure, so we know how this works, it's your Google finds you through your content and your keywords, right? And they rank you through your backlink profile. That's what gives you trust and authority through Google. So right now, the main competitor has 177 backlinks and you have 12 backlinks. But honestly, it wouldn't matter how many backlinks you have because you're not being found. You have no keywords. So that would have to be fixed. And then we could put some more backlinks on here, right? But what kind of backlinks are we going to put on here? So right now, it's not so much the number, it's the relevancy of those backlinks, right? So actually getting 177 backlinks from a total of 96 referring domains. All that means is other websites. So let's see. We'll click on that number and we're going to look at all the websites they're getting backlinks from. And what you'd want to do is go down this entire list and go to these websites and acquire backlinks for yourself. If you did this down this entire list, you would actually, and assuming you have the right content and the right keywords at this point, you would eventually be in contention for this number one spot here. But what would ensure you a number one spot is if you did that same thing with the top like three uh, companies here on this list. Eventually, you would take over that number one spot and you would take all the traffic that the number one spot gets. Okay. So let's go ahead and just recap real quick. First thing is going to be content. You want at least 1,500 words on your front page with the right keywords and the right amount of keywords. Second's going to be citations. You want to be, I'd say, in at least 300 to 350 directories to really dominate this map pack. And then lastly is backlinks, meaning you need more relevant websites linking back to your website to show Google that it's you guys that are the authority when it comes to electrical companies in the Winston-Salem and Triad area. Now, if you were to do this, like I said, it would take some time, but you guys would become number one. And as I said at the beginning, you can take this information and implement it yourself, and that's fine. Or you can just book a discovery call with me. Again, my name is Steven. I live right here in North Carolina. You can just reply back to this email, or you can give me a call at 910-551-2006. All I ask, Greg, is you just give me a little bit of feedback on this video and let me know how I did. But other than that, I really appreciate your time, and I hope you really got something out of this video either way. And I appreciate you giving me your email, Greg. But go ahead and like I said, have a great day in this cold weather. And thanks for your time. Bye bye.